Hello, my lovelies. Anna speaking. If you would allow me to invite you to do a meditation for self discipline and self control with me today. As I've said or sort of mentioned before, discipline or control, they're not bad words, especially if one tries to start discipline and control with oneself. So self discipline and self control, but in a gentle way, because self tyranny doesn't work. So, any more than you can be tyrannical to someone else and produce a good result, you cannot be tyrannical, not even to your own self, if you want to produce a good result. Self control and self discipline have to come from within, from the heart towards the mind, towards a self realization and understanding that we do not need the bad, the negative, the destructive behavior that our monkey mind wants to engage in, but we know, or rather, we are trying to know better. Today, we shall focus on food cravings. Full disclosure, I am a paleo eater and I wouldn't touch gluten or casein, lactose with a barge pole. Having said that, everyone has their own idea of what a healthy diet is, and most of us agree that too much sugar isn't ideal. So, whichever diet you adhere to, whichever diet you deem most scientifically supported, because science is a complicated thing, and without getting into that whole issue, without dropping down that whole rabbit hole, we all have different ideas of what is scientifically proof based healthy eating. But whether that is paleo, carnivore, vegetarian, or vegan, or those people who subscribe to eat everything in moderation style, we all can agree that too much sugar really isn't ideal. Well, sugar is one thing I myself struggle with. I like my dark chocolate, my very much sugary energy drink as a pre-workout. I actually load artificial sweeteners. I don't like the taste. They're too sweet. I I deem them as the devil that I don't know. So the sugar is the devil I know. At least I know what's sugar doing to my body. We still don't exactly know what artificial sweeteners do to our body. So I like my energy drinks sugary. I do. I love it. But it's not ideal. Probably not good for me either. This euphemism, it's not ideal, is what I use to keep on keeping on, right? Keep on drinking my sugary energy drink, keep on having my piece of dark chocolate with my cup of tea. But I have noticed that if I just observe the craving, so if I get the craving to have the type of food, that sugary food that I really intellectually and from my heart would like to avoid, but there's this part of my monkey brain that loves sugar. It has had sugar before and it keeps whispering to me, go on, have a piece of chocolate. It's good for you, even though sugar is not good for us. So I've noticed that if I just when I get the craving, if I just pause and take a moment to observe the craving. I observe it in the moment when it appears, as if I was listening to someone else telling me their craving. So, in that moment, I am observing, I am listening to someone who's not me telling me, I want a piece of chocolate with my cuppa. And then I stop, I meditate on that craving for a few seconds, and then I send the following affirmations both into my microcosm within and into the macrocosm outside of me. So we are going to relax, make ourselves comfortable. Again, you can sit, you can lie down, you can stand up for this meditation because sometimes we're just cooking, standing up, and then we want a cup of tea, and then we want something sweet with our cup of tea. So you can even do this meditation from a standing position as long as you realize you are hit with a craving, you pause to observe it carefully, mindfully, and then you send the following affirmations both into the microcosm of yourself and the macrocosm outside the universe. So a gentle inhale through your nose and then a gentle exhale through your mouth. I prefer whole foods. I prefer whole foods. I eat unprocessed foods intentionally, mindfully, and joyfully. I eat unprocessed foods intentionally, mindfully, and joyfully. I enjoy real, actual food, protein, carbs, animal fats, the good oils like avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. I prefer stable blood sugar with no spikes and crashes. I love the good mood I experience from having stable blood sugar. No sugary puddings and sweets taste as good as healthy feels. No sugary puddings and sweets taste as good as healthy feels. Nothing tastes as good as fit looks. Nothing tastes as good as fit looks. I prefer not to despair in caloric deficit, so I choose good, nutrient-dense foods and get all my sugars from starchy carbs. I prefer to gently control my cravings by observing them impartially and deciding I don't need that piece of cake after all. I am more than my cravings. I am more than my cravings. Sugar is addictive. I prefer to practice freedom from addiction. Sugar is addictive. I prefer to practice freedom from addiction. So, as you can see, you can repeat the affirmation more than once. You can actually repeat these affirmations however many times you'd like. You can add your own affirmations. You can you can state them once and move on. Always remember your meditation, your rules. The only meditation that actually works is the one you enjoy, so you do it consistently, daily if possible. So, this is the part of the meditation where we state our names and then we end the meditation. So, I am going to repeat a few of the last affirmations just so we can get into the flow of the meditation. And then we state our names and we end the meditation. I am more than my cravings. Sugar is addictive. I prefer to practice freedom from addiction. Lastly, we state our names and then we end the meditation. I am Anna and I prefer to skip on a sugary treat right now. Try again tomorrow, my monkey brain. Today, I prefer a hot cup of tea, no sugar. Obviously, you can replace your hot cuppa with something else, another beverage, cold or hot, that you enjoy. Anything you can enjoy without the food that you are craving and trying not to have. So for me, this meditation ends with today, I prefer a hot cup of tea, no sugar. You can obviously end it whichever way, with whichever treat you are helping yourself to that doesn't contain the food that we were craving, and we are now no longer craving thanks to our wonderful meditation.